Hello, this is my review of the Crosman 2240. It's a 22 caliber, single shot, breech loaded pistol, CO2 powered. The CO2 goes inside this tube here. The single shot capacity at a time with a bolt does make it a little slower to play with. It's not something you're just going to plink away. It's going to be something you're going to take your time and aim and be careful with. So it's got its place. It is a lot more accurate than the Umarex, obviously, that I had also reviewed. And I haven't been able to videotape this one because I wanted to really get a good day where I can set up some targets and show, so I'll try to do that this weekend. A couple of observations. Although it is a little bit heavy, it's comfortable to shoot. The grips are very comfortable. My biggest complaint for this gun, unfortunately, is the rear sight. The rear sight is very difficult to adjust. I finally got it centered, and it seems to be way over to the left to be able to center it. But that's okay for the windage. The problem is the elevation. As you can see, I've got this as low as it'll go. It's got a peep sight down here that you can flip up in the regular open rear sight. The open rear sight, as low as it'll go, and the peep sight even is higher, it still shoots too high. Even if I remove this, there's plastic where that open sight is that is at that same level as low as that slot goes, and there's no way to make it any lower. I mean, unless I took out a Dremel tool or something maybe, but I don't like to do that. So I've gotten used to adjusting my sight picture to make up for it. Basically, instead of your standard sight picture where you would level your front sight blade with the rear notches, you just gotta point the blade just a little lower. I was shooting at about I don't know, close to 15 yards, maybe. Yeah, about 15 yards. And I had to put it so that the front sight was right between the elevation of the notches. Now, I tried a couple different pellets. I tried the hollow point Crosman Premiers and in 22 caliber. And I tried these, which I believe are Gamos, which have that BB in the front there. These were also 22 caliber, and they both performed similarly. So the gun is it's consistent. That's not a problem. The overall, I'm a lot happier with this than with the Umarex, for example. This is also a $50 to $60 gun compared to the $30 gun. You do get a lot less shots out of this because it's a 22, so the capacity per shot of air that you're removing from your little CO2 tank is higher. You're actually removing a lot more air from it, so you will lose overall capacity. It is loud, and I found that it does get heavy after a while because it is steel construction for the most part and metal. A couple of things that maybe a pointer that I can give you. When you first insert a CO2 cartridge, you want to close this up by hand as tightly as you can. Maybe use a coin to turn it, maybe a smidge more, not more than that. You don't puncture the CO2 by twisting this cap as tightly as a gorilla would. You just, it punctures when you fire the first shot. That's when it first punctures. So once you put in a brand new CO2 cartridge, pull the bolt back, close it, fire it. You'll hear a very weak shot. That means that that's when it punctures, when the trigger's pulled. So when you hear that weak shot, that means your next shot is ready to go. If you don't hear any air at all, then maybe you can tighten this a little bit, try it again. Once you got that first weak, low pressure shot out of the system, it's ready to go. So don't over tighten the cap on the tube for the CO2 cartridge. It just won't won't do what you want it to do. It's not like most CO2 guns that depend on you breaking the seal by tightening it first. All right, always it's trigger activated. That's about it. I don't have much more to say. It's a nice little gun. I have had it for a while, as you can probably tell from the rust and wear on it. And I've actually, I know it's not supposed to be done this way, but I have actually kept it loaded with a CO2 cartridge in it for weeks and come out and it's ready to shoot. So it doesn't really leak. I haven't had any problems like that. Anyway, hope you like that review. It's a nice little gun, and for $55 you really can't go wrong. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.